Hello everyone and welcome. So yes, today we have another name set video. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know that I love putting name sets on some of the shirts that I have. For the most part, they've all gone very well. There's been a few that have gone bad, but I haven't done one since, wow. And now we're finally back at it, and we're gonna be adding a name set to a retro shirt. I guess you can still kind of consider this retro. To me, it's kind of not so retro, but in reality, it is retro. It's almost 20 years old. So I'm talking about Argentina's 2006 jersey that they wore during the World Cup. I got this jersey back in 2006 and it has remained in my collection since. It's still in really good shape. This was my second Argentinian jersey that I bought back in 2006 when I was still in high school. So this is a very special jersey to me. So for me to be adding a name set to it is gonna be a little bit nerve-wracking since what happened last video. So I really hope there's no issues when doing this one. Well, let's talk about the name set. We are gonna be adding, and you're probably thinking Messi, but we're not gonna go with Messi. We're actually gonna go with Crespo, Hernan Crespo. And the reason why we're going with him is because, well, honestly, I don't know why I'm going with him. I think it's just because, I think really I'm going for Crespo because it was the only name set that I could find from an actual official licensed store and not eBay. For Messi, I could only find eBay sellers, and you know, I don't trust eBay sellers when it comes to stuff like this because I don't want to put replica stuff on an original jersey, or I guess fake name sets on an original jersey. So I found a website that had an original and they had Crespo, and so that's what we're going for. Not to downplay him, saying that he wasn't a good player or anything like that. I actually think he was a fantastic player. I think he was a great, I guess, successor to the number 9 coming after Batistuta. Batistuta being my favorite Argentinian player of all time. Obviously he's not as good as Messi, but he was just the first Argentinian player that I noticed during the '98 World Cup and fell in love with him. And then I think Crespo, he really filled in the shoes pretty well. I would like to say Batistuta was the last best number 9, but I would maybe argue saying that Crespo was the best follow-up that we had since. Because every other number 9 after Crespo, to me, just hasn't really been on point. So I do have, you know, fond memories of Crespo, especially in the 2006 World Cup. You know, I think he did really well. I think that squad in general did really well. It's just unfortunate that they didn't get too far. And not only that, but this was also his last World Cup that he played for Argentina. And so, you know, there's some meaning behind that. And so that's why I was very happy with getting Crespo as the name set for this one. But yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and do this. And let's really hope I don't mess it up. I don't know, I'm wearing glasses today. Maybe I won't be able to see properly. Anyways, let's get to it. Hi. So while we're in the subject of a retro shirt, if you remember from my last video where I joined the cult, I have partnered up with Cult Kits as a part of their creator collective. So if you're looking for like vintage shirts or rare shirts, or maybe even more recent shirts like the Man City jersey that they sent to me, you can find some really good stuff here at cultkits.com. And as a reminder, you can get 10% off using my code DysenteryFC10. They have some of the best kits on their website, and you're guaranteed to find something really cool if you're just scrolling down. And whoa, hang on a second. Excuse me? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? I was not planning on buying a shirt, but I kind of had to. What? I didn't even know that existed. Wow. What a fake Star Wars fan I am, and I'm wearing a Bad Batch t-shirt. I need to do better. I said you were guaranteed to find a cool shirt. I found myself a shirt. Most likely it'll happen to you, so definitely check them out. Anyway, back to the video. Now, just real quick, I don't necessarily have a template or some kind of guideline on how to put this name set accurately on the shirt. So what I'm going to be using is I have some pictures here of Crespo when he used to play for Argentina wearing that same jersey. And I'm basically just kind of have to eyeball and see where on the shirt his name and number fall. So I have this photo as a reference, and I also have this one right here. And that's basically how I'm gonna essentially guide myself into where to apply a name set onto the shirt. All right, well, let's get to it. All right, so it looks like we're running into the same issue that I had with the company shirt, where I'm having a hard time peeling the number. Whereas in the company one, the number was fine, but the name set was the problem. The name set here, I mean, the Crespo here was totally fine. This one's giving me a hard time. And my camera keeps dying on me, I don't know why. So we're gonna keep going and see if I can get this to peel off. But if not, I'm just gonna leave this little sheet. I mean, it is stuck to the shirt, as you can see here. So I just can't get it to seem to peel off. But if I can't get it to peel off, unlike the company, I am going to just keep it on there, and then eventually one day when I do find a heat press somewhere, I'll see if I can use that and see if that'll work. But I am convinced now that older name sets are probably not gonna work as well with an iron, or maybe in general, as a new, more recent name set would. Because I have no issues doing this with newer shirts, but with the older ones, I am having issues. So, but yeah, we'll keep trying, and then if I can't get it to work, then we'll just skip to the end. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so yeah, it's not really coming out. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna rage like I did, with the company one, and just yank it all off. I'm gonna leave it there. Eventually, one day, I'll come across a heat press, and I should be able to hopefully get it out. I hate to say this, but maybe I'll have to get like a reproduction one. And I know I just said that, you know, I don't want to put fake name sets on my jerseys, but at this point, if that's the case, where the old ones just don't work as well as the newer ones do, then that just might be what I have to do. So anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this up and then recap. All right, and here it is. It's funny, from here it probably looks like it's all in there, but no, the little paper thing is still here. So yeah, I am pretty convinced that older name sets are not gonna work or be as effective as maybe more current ones. So just like the company one, since that one didn't work for me, and now this one. So I don't know what's the reason behind older name sets not working. Maybe for those you just really need a heat press. So I don't know, but I kept the paper on there. I'm not gonna rip it off just yet. I'm pretty confident that pretty soon, sometime in my future, I'll have a heat press available to me where I can do it and try again. And if that doesn't work, well then well, then I guess I'll have to rip it off and maybe try. And I know I just said this, but if I have to get a reproduction one, then I guess I'll have to. Only because if I rip this off, all the residue of the number 9 is going to stay there. So the only way to fix that will be to get a replacement and put it on top of it. But now that I know, going forward, older name sets, I'm probably just going to not get anymore. Or if this works out with a heat press, then at least I'll know going forward, only use a heat press and not a home iron. But at least the name came out beautiful. It looks really good. I'm happy with that for sure. But yeah, it's unfortunate that the 9 didn't work out. At least it's still there, and at least from at a distance, you can't really tell. Or can you? And this is why at the very beginning when I started making these videos, I always say do it at your own risk, because like I said, this can happen. And you know, I don't blame anyone for this not working. At the end of the day, you should be using a heat press versus a home iron. It just so happens that I only have an iron and I don't have a heat press, and I wanted to figure out a way to do it using a home iron. And for the most part, they do work. Just not all of them. And sometimes they can go wrong. So if you're doing one of these, again, it's at your own risk. If you really want to give this a go, do it maybe with a shirt that you're not so crazy about if it gets damaged or whatnot. Like obviously this is something that was meaningful to me, and I got this in 2006 right for the World Cup. So obviously I didn't want this to go wrong, but it did, and it is what it is. And you know, I do it for the content more than anything. I do it for you guys to watch and see how I do it and how it can go right and how it can go wrong. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's just a shirt, and it's not like it's completely ruined, to be honest with you. There will be a way to fix this. And if you end up ruining one of yours, there might be a way to fix it as well. Although to be honest, I don't think there's a way to fix my company one. But it is what it is. I don't care about that one actually. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that video. I don't know why you would have enjoyed this video since it didn't go the way it was supposed to go. But I hope it was at least entertaining, maybe. I hope so. And just by the way, I am not taking this as a sign that I need to stop doing name sets. I am going to continue doing name sets because I actually enjoy doing them. So this series of name sets will not stop. I'm going to keep doing them. I actually have quite a few more lined up for the future. So they're going to be newer shirts and not the older ones. So these should go well. At least I hope they will. I don't see why they wouldn't. But yeah, anyway, I still hope you enjoyed that video for what it was. If you did, leave a thumbs up down below. Leave a comment on what you think I should do with this jersey. Should I just, I don't know, let me know. You tell me. Tell me how I can fix it. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. If you want to see more content like this or anything football shirt related, soccer jersey, whichever you want to call it. You know what? Let me know in the comments. What do you want me to start calling it from now on? Soccer jerseys or football shirts? I know a lot of my viewers are from the States, so you tell me. I want to call it football shirts because that's really what it is, but I call it soccer jerseys because I do live in America and that's what we call it. So leave a comment down below. What should I start calling it from now on? Anyway, hope you have a great day, week, month, year. The year is about to end, so hopefully we can end it in a bang. So I will catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone. See ya.